Hey guys, welcome back to the Who Asked podcast. My name's Rachel,
And I'm Anastasia.
and today we're going to be talking about reality TV shows while playing Wordle. Only Wordle will not be a part of this segment as much as it has been before. It's just to
It's
entertain
mostly
us.
reality TV.
Yes. So,
Okay, so what show have you seen?
I've seen The Circle, one of my favorites.
Ah, yes.
I've seen there used to be this show, I have to find the name, that I was obsessed with, and they never made a second season, and it was like Love Island, only in my opinion better.
Oh.
And they discontinued it, and it wasn't on Netflix. So it was like an
I heard
NBC
of it
show.
though. I heard of it though.
I'm gonna search it up now. What shows have you seen?
I've only seen. I saw The Circle because of you,
Yee.
and I did like it. I liked this first season, but now I'm like, oh, I don't want to go into the next season. I don't know why.
Same. The first season, I loved the characters so much. Those were my favorite
Yeah.
characters.
At first, I thought they were annoying, and then they like kind of grew on me. I don't know.
Who's
It
your
was
favorite
weird.
character on the show?
Shoe bomb.
Oh, I liked Joey and
Oh, Joey was fun.
Sammy. I loved Sammy.
Them too. They're like the top 3.
Yes, they're
So-
amazing.
They're my favorites for sure. But I also saw this show that actually had a new season recently. It's called Love is Blind, and it's where it's like an experiment to see if people can fall in love with each other without ever seeing each other, and if they can stay together and get married without with only connecting through like a wall for like a week or two. And it's really interesting. 2 couples in each season have gotten like actually married. I only approve of like one and a half of them.
1.5.
Yeah, because like I kind of like one of the other people, and season 1 was for sure better. But no, I didn't really like the season. The people weren't as good, and I just felt like the connections were really bad. It was too much. Like one of the relationships that the people got married, but they had so many issues. Like the guy would breathe and the girl would get mad at him like, "Oh, you don't love me." Blah, 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 blah. Like all this stuff, and it was so dumb to have to watch that. And then the other one is like this girl wanted to get with this like marry this guy, and he always went out partying at night, and she was like, "Aw." And he liked some other girl more than her.
What?
He proposed to her first, and then she rejected him, and so he went to the other girl and was like, "Okay, well, do you want to marry me?" And she said yes. But girl, he settled for you because he wanted to go with another person. And it's so bad because the other girl wanted to be with this guy who ended up proposing to her. But then once she saw him, she went a whole 180 and was like, "I wish I went with the other guy that proposed to me first." Like,
oh my gosh.
it was so bad. It was so messy. And then there was this other girl. Her name was like Shayna. And she tried to like get herself into a relationship she was not in, because she really wanted to get with this guy named Shane.
Uh-huh.
But Shane, who is terrible, actually, he was really bad, ended up proposing to Natalie. And Shayna was really annoyed with this. And oh my goodness, this is like the biggest thing. She's a creationist and believes in like creation and stuff.
Mhm.
And the other guy she was talking to, other than Shane, is like a complete atheist. And so they had this one discussion in the pods, which is where they are, where they don't see each other. They just talk to each other.
I have seen little memes about the pods on Twitter.
Yes, and so they just talk to each other in the pods, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't believe in evolution and all that stuff," and he's like, "Oh, you don't believe in evolution? What?" And she's like, "Oh, are you an atheist?" And he's
Gives
like,
me
"Yeah."
Ross from Friends vibes.
It does.
How he
it does. It
acts.
does. And oh my goodness. So then they decide, at least Shayna decides, I don't want to get with this guy because he doesn't believe in what I believe in, doesn't have my same faith and stuff,
Makes sense.
which makes a lot of sense. And so the guy is like, makes sense. I don't want to be with someone who we have completely conflicting views.
Mhm.
But wait until this. Oh, my gosh. So, Shane Shayna, she thought that she was going to get proposed to by Shane. But at the same time, Shane ended up going all in with Natalie because he was talking to both of the girls at first, but he went all in with Natalie.
What?
Yes. Because you have to talk to all the people.
Oh, really?
And get a connection with all of them, see which one you like best, and then propose to the one you like more.
That's kind of crusty.
Yeah. But he ended up going all in with Natalie because he felt bad because he mistaked Natalie for Shayna one time.
Okay, that's messed up.
No. Because literally Natalie went into the pod and Shane went in and he was like, "Who's this?" And she went, "Guess." And he's like, "Shayna?"
And he got excited about it.
Because that's who I wanted to see. He literally says, "Because that's who I wanted to see."
Oh, okay.
And Natalie goes quiet.
Well, obviously, I mean, who wouldn't?
I know. And then he gets mad at her.
Oh my
He gets mad at her for that. And it makes
sense.
no sense.
That doesn't make sense. How are you going to get mad at a... Whatever.
But anyway, so Shayna thought that she was going to get proposed to by Shane. She wanted to get with Shane.
Mm-hmm.
But Shane, she finds out, proposed to Natalie. And then she's like, "Dang. But I wanted to be with Shane. But I still want to get proposed to." And think of this. She had already been engaged before and, like, called off her wedding.
Mm-hmm.
She mentions this, and she says, "I don't want that to happen again to me." But guess what? Kyle, the dude that believes in evolution,
Uh-huh.
he goes and decides, you know, we really have conflicting views on something really important to, like, agree upon. But I'm going to propose to her anyway.
That's such, like, a toxic mentality. I literally can't. Like,
I
can you
know.
imagine living with another person that does not believe, like, the same thing as you? That has to be such a difficult relationship to maintain.
I know. And I was, like, stressing out over this, Rachel. It was so bad because he was like, we're meant to be together. And I really feel this connection. I feel we can move past what we disagree upon.
You don't move past it. Like, that's just, like, it's going to be a problem every single day. Because that's how you see the world. It is your world view.
I know, exactly. This is what we're learning in Bible, guys. But, look, so he goes up to Shayna, and he's like, "Okay, Shayna, will you marry me?" And she goes, "Yes." But do you know how he says it? Because he was originally from, a Catholic household or something, or, like, a Christian household, and he just ended up becoming atheist or something.
Uh-huh.
And he just... He when he proposes, he goes, "You remind me a lot of my mom, and I really want someone like her in my life. So will you marry me?" And she goes, "Yes."
It's an interesting way to propose.
I know. And then she ends up getting a little interview after, and she goes, "I don't really know if I should have said yes. I don't really know, 'cause I kind of really I feel like me and Shane are meant to be together. But, it's okay." Like, something like that. Okay, so then after this, when all the people are proposed to, they go to, like, this getaway. It's like a honeymoon before the wedding or something. It's like a flip. They flip-a-roo it.
Okay, cool.
And they go to Mexico, and they have a hotel. And this girl, I'm going to keep talking about Shayna because Shayna is, like, the messiest thing in the beginning of the season. She goes with Kyle.
Shayna's the messiest thing in the beginning.
And so she goes with Kyle to the hotel, and they're having, like, their day, and all the couples are like, "Yay, we're together in our hotels and stuff." And she goes, she talks to Kyle. Kyle is a vegan. He's a vegan. And Shayna starts eating meat, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're a vegan?"
Oh, God.
While they're eating. And he's like, "Yeah, but, he completely tosses away being vegan for her. And he's like, I'll eat meat for you. I'll eat the steak for you." And she's like, "Yes, go do it. Go do it." It was so weird. Like, why are you going to do that? If
That's
you're in a
like your
relationship,
lifestyle.
you can't just toss away what you believe in that easily.
That's like your lifestyle, though. Like, it has to be hard to, first of all, be vegan for
Yeah.
that long and then go into
exactly
not being vegan anymore.
And he just does it for her. And I just feel like that's, like, a really dumb idea.
You should do it for yourself
Do it for
first.
yourself, exactly. And so he just eats, like, a piece of steak And he doesn't eat bread either. And she forces him to eat bread. She's like, you should eat bread. I don't want to be with a guy who doesn't eat bread. It was like this whole thing.
Oh my gosh, it's so toxic.
I know. But then wait. After at the night, he's when it's time to go to sleep on the first night, he Shayna goes out of nowhere. She goes, Kyle, I don't think we should sleep in the same room tonight. Which is like a nice boundary. Good to make that.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyle's like, what? But
don't tell me he gets mad.
No. He's just very confused for whatever reason.
Oh.
He's like, what? And then Shayna's like, yeah. And then he like agrees on it, and he's like, okay. And so they go to sleep in different rooms. But when he goes to bed, what Shayna's doing is packing.
What?
She's packing. She leaves that night.
And the producers just let her do that?
Yeah. She just goes. And she's like, I just don't think that, like, me and Kyle are going to work out, so I think it's time for me to go before anything happens. She doesn't tell him. He just goes to bed, thinking he's going to see her tomorrow, and she leaves. She just ditches him.
Oh my gosh, I got the word of the day wrong. Okay.
No, Rachel.
I put pasty. I don't even know how to say it. It's a British word.
Yeah.
Instead of nasty.
Oh, you were close, though.
I was so close. Okay, World Spaniel time.
But, yeah, it was like a mess. He ends up still believing that they can get together and be, like, in a relationship.
Sad.
And he once they're all together outside of the honeymoon place, he ends up meeting up with her again, trying to get back with her, because he's like, I really feel like we have a connection. I really feel like we can be together.
That's so sad,
even
though.
with our beliefs. He actually meets her parents.
Stop, you're lying.
Yeah. He meets them and her family, and he is so dumb because they go they say something because they're like a Christian family.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like, oh yeah, all this stuff, and then out of nowhere the brother, wanting to make sure his sister's gonna be like in a good relationship, is like, are you a godly man? And he goes, I guess. But he completely because he apparently did misheard them and thought they said something else. And then they go like, so you're Christian and stuff, and he's like, oh no, I'm atheist. LOL.
LOL.
No, he doesn't say LOL, but still. And then the mom, wanting to make sure her daughter's fine, right?
Uh-huh.
Is like, yeah, I can't give her her blessing. She looks like she's not happy at all, because Shayna was not happy. And so,
what is Shayna doing, man? Like,
I know,
why
Shayna was just like stringing him along.
That poor, first of all, poor guy, and poor Shayna. I feel kind of bad for both of them.
Yeah, their relationship was not gonna work out from the beginning.
I found the name of the show, by the way. It's called Paradise Hotel, and they discontinued it after the first season, and I loved the first season, which sucks. But anyways, continue.
Yeah, so then Shayna ends up breaking up with him, and they go their separate ways, and that's it for Shayna. Or is it? She then arrives at some party where Shane and Natalie are, and she tries to get them to separate. She talks to Shane alone, and she's like, you guys are in a fake relationship. Do you think that you actually are going to get married? That's so funny. I think I'm going to get married to you. We are meant to be together. You and Natalie? No.
Is Shayna okay?
I don't think she's okay.
Do we need to have, like, a therapy session? Do you want to come on the podcast? Like, are you okay,
Shayna,
girl?
we're here to talk. It's okay, girl.
I feel so bad for her. Yeah. I've never seen this show, mind you. I was going to watch it, and again, I'm sorry. I don't have time.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I understand.
But just hearing this, it sounds like Keeping Up with a Kardashian on steroids. Like, it sounds so... Like, it's just so much trauma.
No, it's too much. Season 2 was too much. Season 1 was the best season out of all of them, because there was actually, like, a good couple.
Reality TV shows, like, the first season is always the best season.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever seen Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
No.
Me neither. I'm asking just because it's, like, a classic. That's, like, the classic reality TV show.
Yeah. What is another reality TV show I've seen? Also, Shane and Natalie don't get married.
What?
They have a fight the day before the wedding, and he
God.
basically says how he hates her and he regrets being with her and choosing her and all this stuff, and Natalie starts crying. So when they go up to the altar, Natalie's like, I'm sorry, but no.
What? Oh my gosh, this show is crazy.
But they both apologized to each other on Instagram.
That's not the same. That's literally not the. You should have seen the face I just gave Anna. That's
It was
not
so
the same.
funny. I know. What else? What other reality TV show have I seen? I'm pretty sure I've seen something else.
I've definitely.
I was thinking about it too. Do you have any?
I'm trying to think.
Oh! It was because I saw this guy that reviewed reality TV shows, and apparently there's this show where these people put these like this group of kids on a bus,
Oh, I do have a reality TV
and
show.
they ship them off to some like empty town in the middle of like nowhere, and try to get them to make their own society.
Is it called The Society?
Is that it? Wait.
That's not a reality TV show. It's a show, and they discontinued it, and everybody was so pissed about it.
No. It can't be that.
It's called The Society. It's literally, the plot you just described. It's literally that show.
No, it's not this. It's like an actual. Let me see if I can see it. It's like a reality TV show. I mean series of kids in middle of nowhere making a society.
It sounds like Total Drama Island too.
No, it was Kid Nation. Kid Nation. They make their own little civilization.
Do they know what's happening?
Yes, the parents sign on a thing and let the kids do this.
And the kids want to do this, right?
Yeah, but I heard that it was actually like
I don't trust that.
terrible. I feel like it like kind of traumatized some of the kids because they had to like kill goats and kill chickens and stuff.
See, this is why this stuff should be only played for fictional audiences.
Yeah, I don't think it should have been a real thing. I don't think they should have done it unless they were going to make it like more appropriate for children. If anything, have older kids do it because these kids were like in elementary, middle school. It was bad. It was like I don't feel like I would be able to like live with that.
I mean, I can't. Okay, there's this other show. So these shows that are like, oh, these people get stranded on an island and they have to form their own. They're amazing. So there's this show that I mentioned, The Society, which is so good, and it got discontinued by Netflix after its first season. But it also came out at a weird time because it was right before the pandemic, and when it should have gotten picked up for another season, the pandemic was happening. So mind you, it came out at like a weird little gap where it was like it hasn't. There's been enough time to pass where people have forgotten about the show, but people still want a second season, but we're not willing to fund it because it's too late.
Yeah.
So it was called The Society. And it was really good, and there was a bunch of plot holes and unanswered questions that people still have about the show, and it's a great show. Then there's also The Wilds. I think I told you about this show. The Wilds. It was on. I can't say The Wilds correctly, so sorry, but it's WILDS. So it was called The Wilds, and it was about a. Spoiler alert. It was about this group of girls that go to a girl summer vacation. And they didn't know each other. It was like a retreat, like a camp, like an intervention.
Yeah.
The parents sent them on the intervention, to like, I don't know, one of the girls' dad had just died and she just needed like a break. And so she went on it. And then another girl, her parents were like, oh, you're doing too much. Like, you're going to go to this retreat and it'll help you set you straight. Another girl was really like sad about something that had just happened to one of her best friends. So she also needed to go on to the retreat. So it was like all that mess, and they all got on the plane. The plane crashes in the ocean, but there's an island. But this island is literally like, there's nothing on it. It's literally a mountain, and that's it. So the girls end up bobbing to shore or whatever, and they all end up there. And it becomes survival of the fittest. How are we going to survive? How are we going to get food? What do we have to do to, build a fort? Do we stay on the beach? Do we go off the beach? And in my opinion, it was a lot more realistic than like older movies that like have the same plot.
Yeah.
They're not coming to my mind right now. I can't think of any movies
No, I can't.
that are like that. but it's not of them just on the island. Each episode goes into the backstory of each character.
Oh.
It's so good. And then there's a humongous twist at the end, which I'm not going to spoil because in case you want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm actually
There's
thinking of it now.
a humongous twist at the end that I was like, oh my gosh. But I will tell you this. This was all, like, the plane crash was basically a science project for this one woman. Like, she, like, planned the retreat. It wasn't really a retreat. The retreat was to get abandoned on the island.
Oh.
And she staged everything to like, fund one of her projects to fund that women are more efficient than men. This is the type of feminist you don't want to be, people. So she funded this whole project to, like, prove that women are, like, more efficient than men and can survive on their own, which is insane to me. I think it could happen, but I don't think, stranding a couple of teenage girls on an island is the way to prove it.
Yeah, I see that.
But yeah, that show's really good. I've seen it twice, and they're coming out with a second season. That one is having a second
That's so
season.
fun.
I know, right?
Oh, I've seen this reality TV series. It's it has Gordon Ramsay. I've seen a few of his shows.
Oh my gosh, I never think of cooking series as reality TV show.
I'm just thinking like that kind of counts because
Oh, it 100% counts.
yeah. So I've seen what's it called? Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh, that one's good. That one's really
that
good.
one's so good. I used to watch it all the time with my dad, and we would see all the gross stuff and be like, "Oh, Gordon Ramsay, it's pretty cool." I think he's
really.
Cool. He's mean.
Have you seen how he acts towards kids and how he acts towards
adults?
adults?
So nice to kids, and then he's like
so
terrible
funny.
to adults. It's so
he's
funny.
Like, you say what you are. You are an idiot sandwich, and then the person's just like,
no,
oh my gosh.
I've also seen I think it's Hotel Hell.
I've never seen that.
That one is him, and he goes to like different hotels and he helps them out because they're like terrible. And in one of the clips, there's like this clip where he's at this hotel and there's this lady and he goes, "So I was in the bathroom and cuz he like checks everything to make sure there's like he uses that UV light or something to check if there's disgusting stuff.
Germs, yeah.
Yeah, germs and stuff. And he goes to the bathroom one day and he looks at the rug and he goes, he checks it and he calls everyone over and he's like, "So who pooped on the rug?"
Stop.
Someone pooped on their little bathroom mat and
ew.
for no reason. And this lady, it was this old lady, not really old, but like kind of old. And he goes, "It's okay if it's you, but just tell me and clean it up next time because that's not sanitary for anywhere." It was this whole clip. Wait, I really want to find it. I really want to show it to you now. No, but it was really funny. I saw someone like reacting to it.
During midterms, for some reason, since 2 years ago, since 10th grade, it has been a little tradition for me to watch The Great British Bake Off as I'm studying for my midterms.
I showed her the clip. I just showed her the thing. It's Hotel Hell owner doesn't clean up her own diarrhea.
Oh gosh, that is so disgusting.
It is. Yeah, it was. Yeah, but that's reality TV for you.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you about the other show I was thinking about now. But yeah, I watched The Great British Bake Off like crazy.
Oh my gosh, me too.
But I watch it only specifically during midterm season or winter, because that's when it gets more comforting.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
It feels like a nice little winter show. Like, it's not something I would watch during the summer.
Yeah.
But The Great British Bake Off is very much a Christmas show to me. Like, I think of Great British Bake Off and I think midterms. But like, that midterm vibe where you're just kind of studying and you have to get by.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. Oh, then it was What Would You Do?
What would you do?
Have you heard of that show?
No.
With, hi, I'm John Krasinski,
Krasinski,
whatever his name is.
Oh my goodness. Wait, I think Drama once wanted to do that here.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
And we would film it, and I thought, I really want to do that, actually. Can we tell that to Mrs. Bryan and do that, like, as an end-of-the-year project?
I've seen so many of those videos. Like, I've seen almost all of her videos. from what would you do if somebody was getting screamed at the store, or if your child went missing, what would you do? I've seen them all. I
Oh my
love
goodness.
that. That is peak reality to me, because that is people acting like people, not knowing they are being recorded.
That's so funny. No, I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
You've
because
never
of
seen
drama.
it?
Because of drama, I heard of it because I think Jonathan mentioned it once, and he was like, "We should do that for drama."
But like, what would he even do in this school? Because
I
you
don't
imagine like,
know.
a
What?
student parking at another student's painted spot.
Oh,
Like,
oh.
it would have to be a person that like they're right behind them, and like for I'll take my spot. My spot isn't painted, but let's say it is. Like, my spot is painted, and I see somebody pull into my painted spot that has my name on it.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That'd be an interesting one. That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
I would. I don't know. Actually, no. I wouldn't honk. I'd just park next to them and be like, "My spot next time. Don't park there, please."
Yeah.
The parents park in our spots all the time.
Yes. Last one time I was driving with my dad because it was still when I was still not like comfortable driving on my own,
Mhm.
and it was like a while ago. But I was driving with my dad, and this lady right in front of me pulls into my parking spot when I'm there. So this actually happened to me, and I just parked where I was in the middle of the street and sat there and looked at her, and I was like moving my hands trying to gesture her to like leave, but she didn't. She looked at me, but she didn't understand me, I guess. And I was like, do I go talk to her? My dad was like, just go talk to her. And my dad ended up going to talk to her. And he told her, and she just left, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And yeah, then I parked.
They need to have more parking spaces for the parents, because that, first of all, it makes our lives harder as students when we're trying to get to school and we're already late, and all the parking spots are taken because
Yeah.
the parents are filling them up. And I know what you're gonna say. Oh, well, then you shouldn't be late. You should get here early. It doesn't matter. It's my spot. At what time I get here is not your business. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know for Palmetto, they have like a whole entire separate parking spot, like parking place. It's like a whole little lot of parking spots where the students can park.
invest, guys, invest.
Knock down that park we have.
What park?
Well,
have a
we don't
park?
have it, but the park. Buy
For-
the park and then knock it down.
By the baseball field?
Yeah, by the baseball field.
Oh, but those are for the little kids.
I know.
Actually, what is an elementary? Yeah, they do. Yeah, knock it down. They have a whole park on their side. They have a whole park. If they want to go play, they can play outside.
Yeah.
I used to not have a park. In my elementary school, it was literally a hut of 4 posts holding up this little roof and a cement piece of like thing up on top of the grass, and we would just play there. We had no
Oh.
park. We had nothing. That was all we had.
Wow.
But
Being
yeah.
resourceful.
Very resourceful. Our teachers are very smart.
Yeah. All right. It's time to go.
Yeah,
so
that's again
that's
horrible
it.
segue, but you know,
And we're practicing. Not
we're
really,
we're
but
actually getting better at
we
it.
are slightly getting better at it
Slowly,
day by day.
slowly but surely. I just had like a tongue twister moment. It's okay.
Okay.
Anyways, bye guys.
Bye guys.